Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. Woo, that's loud.
We got to get all the people at home, so it's got to be a little bit louder just to reach the people at home.
So we're going to start with Shir Chadash, sing a new song, just sing, open up our hearts, open up our eyes and our smiles as we welcome in the Shabbat with Shir Chadash on page 344. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Try it with me. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash.
Just as we settle in here or at home, wherever we are, that we take a moment just to release from this past week, settling into this place, this holy sanctuary, settling into our chairs and seats, and just taking a moment to locate ourselves as we enter into Shabbat together, this time of peace, time of holiness. And if there's anything that you have been carrying all week long, maybe there's someone who's really been irritating you, or something hasn't gone your way at work, or there's something you are tracking in the world. You can't stop tracking it, but every time you read about it, it just makes you feel worse and worse and worse. See if you are able in this moment just to take whatever that thing is and just place it aside. Maybe put it in the chair next to you. Maybe you could imagine putting it in a jar and just putting a lid on it, and just seeing if you can move it to the side for these next 25 hours. This is our time to be at peace, our time to be in the world as it is and not feel called to change it or to change ourselves. And we're invited to do that as we enter into Shabbat with joy. So let us join together in the bottom of page 13 with Yismechu.
Yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my. Yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my 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 my, yama my my. Yitzmechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam umelo. Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam umelo. Yama my 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 my,
We continue with Lachadodi on page 20 and 21, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Yalalala lachadodi, yalalala likrat kala, yalalala penei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor vezachor v'dibur echad Ishmi'andu el hamyuchad Adonai echad U'shemo echad L'shem ultiferet v'litilai Yalalala lachadodi, yalalala likrat kala, yalalala penei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Mekor habaracha lerosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila yalalala lachatodi likrat kala, yalalala penei Shabbat nekavela. Itoreri, kiva orech uvi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayik nigla yalalala lachadodi yalalala likrat kala yalalala penei Shabbat nekavela. Boi veshalom ateret bala gam besimcha ובצולה תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה יאללה לחדדי יאללה לקראת קלה יאללה פני שבת נקווה Prat Kala, Yalalalai, B'nai Shabbat, B'nai Shabbat, Nekavela.
I invite you to remain standing for the Baruch on page 28. This is our call to service, and everything we've done until this point is just to warm up our bodies and our souls to arrive at this moment where the cantor calls out, "Are you ready to pray?" And we say, "Yes, we are ready." So I invite you just to take 5 seconds just to prepare to respond.
Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai.
We continue together in English at the top of page 31. Please join me. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We continue together at the bottom of page, or rather in the middle of page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Shem kevod malchuto leolam vaed. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto leolam vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha V'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha U'v'chol me'odecha V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele Asher anochim mitzavecha Hayom al levavecha V'shinantam levanecha V'dibarta bam V'shivtecha v'veitecha U'v'lechtecha v'derech U'v'shochbecha U'v'kumecha U'kshartam le'ot ayadecha V'hayu letotafot b'neinecha U'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha U'visharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
We now prepare for the Michamocha, our song of liberation, our song of freedom, our song of redemption. And when we think about the Israelites, sometimes in the wilderness, they build this Mishkan, this holy tabernacle where the divine dwells with them as they move. And there's gold and these beautiful fabrics. And people ask, where is it from? Where did they get this beautiful material? Like, they didn't even have time to let the dough rise. They're stuck with matzah, but they have gold? How does this happen? And there is rabbinic commentary that when the Israelites leave Egypt, that the Egyptians hand over all of their material wealth. They hand over all of their material wealth because they have so profoundly understood how to direct and use it towards freedom for all the people in their society. And that is really also true for us in our own way, that when we move through the world in a kind of constricted fashion, where we don't give ourselves that opportunity for freedom or give other people opportunity for freedom, whatever that is, maybe it's a grudge that we hold or a narrative that's not serving us, that when we hold tight to that material, that nugget, that it really diminishes us. And it causes our own oppression. And so when we listen to these words of Michamocha, when we sing these words, we're called to feel ourselves just open up and be a little bit more gracious and compassionate. That is a wealth that is unending and that we don't expend enough in the world. So let us bring that compassion to ourselves and to others. Let's join together on page 40, Michamocha.
Yai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, micha mocha. Kodesh, Nora,
Nora,
Tehilot,
Tehilot,
Oseh, Fele, Nora, Tehilot, Oseh, Fele, Michal Mocha, Paelim Adonai, Michal Mocha, Nedar Bakodesh. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Leshalom, Vehamidenu Malkeinu Lechaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha, Ufros aleinu Sukkot Shlomecha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
I recently heard about this statistic that 1 in 9 drivers in Los Angeles don't know about the column to the left of the steering wheel. If you push it down, it signals a left turn. And if you lift it, it signals a right turn. And a lot of people, 1 out of 9 Angelinos, don't know about this. It's right there, but they don't know about it, I guess, because they're not using it. Anyways, those indications, those signals are so important when you're on the road. And we're about to rise for the Baruch, and you notice sometimes that people do a little bow, or they move to side, or they lift up, and it's about a sign of submission. It's about elevating ourselves. It's about seeing the presence of the divine in all the corners of the universe. But really, it's just meant to be another signal to ourselves that we're in a sacred space and we have really sacred work to do. So whatever that looks like for you, however you signal that self to your body, is it through music? Is it through physical movement? Some people do it through food, which we don't have here. But so there's all these different ways, but invite you to really take advantage of the Amidah. It is just this gift that we're giving each other here. We create this sacred space together, we kind of come into it, and then we'll have some silence and just invite you to sink into that silence and really take advantage of that. We join together on page 46 and invite you to rise of body or spirit.
Adonai, Sephatai Tiftach, Ufi Tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, Vezocher Hastei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei Vneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, Umorid HaGashem, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol, Berachamim Rabim, Somech Novlim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Micha Mocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit Umechayeh, Batzmiach Yeshua, Deneman Atalachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, Ukdoshim bechol yom, Yehalelucha Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Invite you to continue in silence with the words of our prayer book or the meditations of your heart, standing or sitting whenever you're ready.
page 60. Oh, say shalom, shalom bimroma. Puya say shalom aleinu. They are called Yisrael. They imru. Amen. Puya say shalom aleinu. They'll call Israel. Amen. Oh, say shalom, shalom biroma. Huya say shalom aleinu. They are called Yisrael. They imru. Amen. They are called Yisrael. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. I just want to say I'm so grateful for all of you for being here. I really am. I know driving in the traffic is not pleasant. I know this personally. And you all made effort and time to be here. So thank you. You are it's a great honor to the tradition and the Torah, and it's connected to what I'm going to talk about. So in this week's Torah portion, Parshat Vayechi, we encounter the third patriarch, Jacob, who at this point is known as Israel, preparing for his death. And he summons his son Joseph to him, and he urges Joseph to honor his final request. He says, "Please do not bury me in Egypt when I lie down with my fathers. Take me up from Egypt, where they are in this moment, and bury me in their burial place, in the burial place of my fathers, of my kin." And Joseph agrees to this upon Israel's death, and an enormous procession travels back to the land of Jacob and buries him there. And this includes both his family and dignitaries. And it's an amazing thing just to think about what are the requests that we want to endure. Like, what are the final requests that we are going to make that feel important to us about how we're remembered, about how we want to be cared for? At the end of this same Torah portion, Joseph is also coming to the end of his life. And Joseph says to his brothers, "I am about to die. God will surely take notice of you and bring you up from this land to the land that God promised on oath to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob." So Joseph made the sons of Israel swear, saying, "When God has taken notice of you, you shall carry up my bones from here." So in contrast to his father, Jacob, Joseph doesn't feel like his bones need to be immediately brought back to the land of his kin. He is confident that at some point the divine will remember the Israelites and the covenant that is made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And when that remembering happens, when the Israelites return, that they should remember. They should remember that Joseph's bones are there, and he wants his bones to be taken and carried back to the land of his people. And what we know is that it takes a while. It takes a while for this request to be fulfilled because Joseph dies and generations pass. And they say a new king arises. We learned the beginning of Exodus, and it's a king who doesn't know from Joseph, doesn't know that Joseph was kind of the superhero of the day and saved the Egyptians and everybody from famine and starvation and death, and sees that the Israelites are becoming more populous and are thriving, and the Egyptians feel threatened, right? We know this today in our own country when the dominant culture feels a little threatened by a minority group. So this is historical. This is old news, not new news. And the Israelites are enslaved because the Egyptians feel threatened. And for hundreds of years, this covenant that is there is forgotten until finally a cry from the oppressed Israelites rises up and awakens the divine. And the divine remembers that I have this agreement with the Israelites. And I'm not going to get into the whole story with Moses and the plagues. It's a good one. But when Pharaoh finally relents and says, you can go, the first thing it says in Exodus is that Moses returns and lifts up Joseph's bones and carries them out of Egypt back into the wilderness towards the promised land. And we know that Moses isn't even the one to bring them into the promised land. This is the work of Joshua, because even Moses doesn't get to the promised land. Why the bones? Why are the bones so essential? The word bone itself in Hebrew is etzem, which also means essence. And this really resonated with me when I think about what is it that I want people to carry forward of me as I move through the world. Like, I hope that they have a sense of my essence. And I think Joseph, in a way, although he is literally saying, carry my bones up and bring them home, there is this sense of a reuniting with his family. There's also a sense, I want you to carry my essence with me, with you. Carry my essence with you as you move through the wilderness, as you are on that journey. And that, I think, really speaks to so much of our tradition, that we are called, we're constantly repeating these same prayers. The Torah, there's no Torah 2.0. There's only the Torah. We return to that story again and again, and we're meant to just extract what is the essence that we are supposed to carry forward. And my guess is that all of us, in our own way, have a beloved that's passed, someone that was very dear to us, that we feel as if we are carrying their very bones, that their essence is so part of who we are. In a way, it's kind of merged into who we are. So when we think of Joseph this Shabbat, when we think of this righteous prophet who always acts with compassion, with a sense of justice, who is a beautiful human on the inside and out, we are called to just pull close to that essence of that human and bring that into concert and conversation with the essence of those that we carry. So I'm going to invite, if there are one or two people, if there is somebody that you feel like you are holding their bones, that you are carrying their essence with you, if you would be comfortable sharing with the kahal, I'm going to stay here, but I'll invite you just to, with your mask on, just to share as you're comfortable so that we also can hold them with you. Is there something of her essence that you are feeling like you're holding, B? B said Magda's ability to find the other side of any argument. And sometimes it's even hard to put words to what is the essence of a person. You just feel it. like that expression, you know it in your bones. It's like you're carrying, you know it in your bones. You can't give language to it, but you just feel it. And that is what our tradition is always calling us to do. We have so much that's focused on memory, to zachor, to remember, to bring people present in our lives. So I hope that this Shabbat, in whatever form it takes, that you make time to just reflect both on whose bones you carry with you as you move through the world, and maybe even to think about what is the essence that you hope to leave behind that other people will carry forward in sweetness and to honor you and to remember you. With that sense of memory and remembering and carrying people's essence with us, I think many of us move through the world holding the presence or the essence of those that are struggling, of mind or body or spirit. Think about those that could use a little extra love and caring and intention. So if there is somebody that you are thinking of in this moment that you would like to speak their name aloud for the Misha Berach, invite you to rise. And when my eyes meet yours, invite you to share the name aloud. Rini Perlmutter. We join together for the Misha Berach on page 253.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor Habracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor Habracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Invite you to rise for the Aleinu on page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר וידוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד ושמו אחד.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. As we recite Kaddish this evening, we especially remember Magda Hegeshi, mother of LBT Vice President B. Richmond, mother-in-law of Sid Richmond, and grandmother of Max Richmond, whom death has taken from us recently. We link her name with Jerome Adler, Fritz S. Baer, Martha Fetchheimer Bierman, Lucy Berkowitz, Jacques Brazy, Bernard Brode, Rose Cooper, Dora Davidson, Louis Duskin, Anne Friedman, Annette Levine Fritz, Eleanor Hollenby, Marcia Howard, Louis Isaacs, Harry Coleman, Ralph Coplove, Chet Lappin, Leslie Levin, David Lovner, Cyrene Luber, Robert G. Mann, Floricel Ingala Renardo, Ruth Resnick, Mitchell Rose, Bert Shore, Murray Schulman, Sidney Schleiferman, Esther Stack, Samantha Allison Stein, Ruth Siegel Stone, Audie Winmuller, Rolf Wire, Lillian Yalowitz. If there are others that you are remembering tonight and you would like to speak their name aloud, please rise so I can call on you. Invite you to rise for the Kadisha Tome on page 294. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabah, v'yalma divrah hirute, v'yamlich malchute, v'yachon uv'yomechon uv'chaye d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mivarach le'olam olmei almaya. Yit barak v'yish tabak v'yit pa'ar v'yit roman v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit taleh v'yit talal shmei dekudasha b'richu. Leila min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Halenu ve'el kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May their memories continue to be a blessing in our lives.
Oh, say shalom bimromav. Huya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oh, say shalom v'roma. Huya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Ve'imru, imru, amen.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you to everyone online and here in person, and wishing you all just a sweet, replenishing, rejuvenating, joyful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Don't forget to use your turn signals also.
Cheers.